Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video to any of you having a Hyundai Sonata and you have oil leaks. In this video practically we will cover almost every possible place where you can develop oil leaks and what you can expect and how to fix it guys. Make sure to stay till the end, we will cover super helpful information. Now before we start, let me tell you a little bit about us. Every single car we get at the garage we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. Why we do that? Simply because our mission at the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep making these absolutely free videos for you. For any of you guys that need to buy any parts, tools for a good price and quick shipping for your Hyundai Sonata or any car, check out the link in the description of the video below. So specifically we have a 2.4 GDI engine on this Hyundai Sonata, but even if you have a different engine, procedure will be about the same. The most common oil leak that you're going to develop on a Hyundai Sonata, especially higher, older mileage engine guys, will be, if you have a higher mileage engine or older vehicle, valve cover gasket. This is your valve cover, it's on top of the engine, it actually closes the engine on the upper side, so that's what this one looks like, okay, on that specific engine. And on the valve cover you have a special gasket. Okay, let me show you. This is the gasket that goes in the canal and it contacts the cylinder head, so it prevents oil from coming out. Also you have another gasket component here around the GDI pump. This is the direct fuel injection pump, which is right here. This is another gasket, as you can see, okay, right there. That's another gasket, and you have a third component which actually is for the spark plug hose right here to prevent oil from getting in the spark plug wells hose. So that'll be the most common thing, valve cover gasket. Okay, they'll be exposed to quite a bit of heat. That rubber gasket used to be fatter, it used to be more flexible. Now it's squished and it's turning kind of like, it's almost like plastic, really hard, and you can get to the point that it really cracks and breaks as well. So that can cause that as well. So number one, valve cover gasket. Number two guys will be, okay, actually front crankshaft seal. Okay, if you look at that, if you look at the valve, the timing cover here, that's the timing cover for the crankshaft here, and you can see you have the crankshaft pulley there. You have that seal that prevents oil from coming out of the engine. That seal, when it fails, it will actually start dripping oil here on the timing cover, and it can get even on the serpentine belt and spray everywhere. So failing crankshaft seal. You have one on the front, this is known as a front crankshaft seal on the timing chain side, and you have one that's on the rear side, that's known as the main seal, and it's between the transmission and the engine. So if you have engine oil leaking from the transmission housing where the engine meets the transmission, it's very likely you have bad main crankshaft seal, and you will need to remove the engine or the transmission to fix that guys, to replace it. Number three, it could be timing cover. You have no gasket here guys, okay, everything is just silicone, gasket maker. So if that silicone fails, okay, you can easily develop those. And on the valve cover, even though you're putting a new gasket, you need to apply a little bit of silicone where the timing cover meets the cylinder head. And when you install cylinder heads, okay, you will need to apply here a little bit of silicone as well, because all that can actually lead to oil leaks later. So if you don't know what you're doing putting the engine together, that can cause oil leaks. So always guys, okay, use clean everything really good and reseal it, because there is no gaskets. Number four, it could be a bad oil pan gasket. Again, you have no gasket, it's only silicone. So you can see if it was specially removed, it's really easy to start leaking if it wasn't resealed professionally. So we have a special video about how to fix oil pan gasket. Okay, so it will teach you all that. Number five guys, you have one more spot where you can develop a leak, and that will be from the oil filter housing. Okay, that's the oil filter housing right there. It has coolant going to it as well. The housing attaches to the cylinder block, and where it attaches, okay, it has a gasket between the housing and the between the oil filter housing and the cylinder block, and that gasket, if it's loose or failed, can develop a leak. Loose oil filter as well, okay, can cause leaks as well. And lastly, okay, it could be the tube for the dipstick. Right there you have an O-ring where it goes in the oil pan. If that O-ring is bad, you can be leaking oil from there as well. Those are the most common oil leaks on Hyundai Sonata. If you have any questions, let us know. Thank you for watching and see you guys next time.